Coming up on Levi Trumbull Reporting.
See no action, recess, clear the room.
Aren't you supposed to uphold the law?
I do.
Okay, so
Are you supposed to uphold the Constitution, like my First Amendment right to participate in government, my right to redress of grievances, my 14th Amendment right to be treated the same as all the other people that are in there?
I do.
But you're treating me differently. Why? It's a public meeting. I'm not causing disruption. Why would I be forced to leave and all the other people not leave?
Okay, and I need to get through this meeting. Can we please?
I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of getting arrested.
Okay. It
For
doesn't
free
look like it,
speech.
so.
No, he's
It's just my
about to
free
tase
speech
me.
too, and it's their free speech too.
Well, there is no more free speech. They shut down public comment. You'll never get that in. All right, guys, what's happening? Levi Trumbull with candidate for Washington County Commissioner Curtis Ray. We have an unbelievable video coming your way today. Yet again, Shaun Porter has been trespassed from Washington County, the Washington County government building, I should say. I don't know if this is like the 20th time, the 30th time. I have lost count at this point. Guys, every week it's the same exact scenario. You have Shaun come into the Washington County government building. He walks into the public meeting. They adjourn. They tell him to leave. Then they get the sheriff's deputy to try to trespass him. And then the sheriff's deputy, he ties himself into pretzels trying to, explain how all this is legal when we all know that this is patently unlawful, illegal, whatever you want to call it. With that, guys, check out this unbelievable video here in Washington County at the government building, and we'll catch you very soon.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
First and second, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Order, Mr. Porter, you received a letter of no trespassing. Will you please leave? You have alternate means of communicating. You've been asked to stay away from this meeting because of your disruptive conduct. I'm asking you to leave now. Seeing no action, we're going to recess, clear the room.
Yes,
Ever?
just a recess.
Was it that?
Thank you.
Morning, John.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Give me 1 minute. Mr. Porter, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm Lieutenant James Bramble with the Sheriff's Department.
Yes.
Washington County.
I recognize you from the internet.
My ID number is 4559. It is okay to audio and video.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, as you know, the commissioners have asked you to leave the meeting.
Is that what they said?
Yes.
I couldn't understand Jeff Klein's incoherent ramblings. I thought he was drunk again, like when he killed James Shipley in 1974 in that DUI accident where he was not charged and promised he'd never drink again, and then went on to live a life as a drunkard. He's basically the Ted Kennedy of Washington County. So is that what he said in there?
He didn't say that.
Okay.
He had said that you were trespassed from the meeting. And
Okay.
he asked you to leave.
I'm out here in the
You comply.
lobby.
You comply.
I'm out here in the lobby.
You are.
It's a beautiful lobby you have, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So the meeting will reconvene.
Awesome.
And
I can't wait.
And I'm going to ask you to not return.
You're going to ask me to not return. If I return to the meeting, will I be charged or arrested?
Potentially.
What does potentially mean?
Well, I mean, it means there's potential for anyone to receive criminal charges based off their action.
Okay, so, but just the action of reattending my open public meeting on public property without creating a disruption, can I go back in there without getting charged, or will I be charged?
Potentially you could receive charges.
Potentially I can receive charges. At what point would I receive the charge?
Well, we've asked you to leave. They've asked you to leave, facilitate that. And then you would be asked to leave again, which is the second time. You've complied though, so if you return, you would be asked to leave by me, based off of their order.
Okay.
And then all hopes are that you would comply.
All hopes are. But if I didn't comply with you asking me to leave based on an unlawful, unconstitutional trespass order, which is completely devoid of legality, and it's vague and overly broad, and it's ridiculous, would you then charge me or arrest me?
Potentially you could face charges.
Potentially. There's no other answer I can get out of you?
No.
That's all I'm getting?
So was I hear that right? If he goes back in there again, then you ask him to leave the meeting, and then he would have to comply. Because that's
Almost
pretty
correct.
much what you said.
Almost correct. So if he returns back to the meeting because they facilitated the order, they trespassed him.
Yes.
They would ask him again. And then if he complies, he complies. If he doesn't, since I'm here, then I can ask him.
Okay, then he has the option to leave then,
Yes,
without facing criminal trespass.
potentially.
What's the difference when they ask him versus when you ask him?
There is no difference.
Oh, there's no difference. So, okay. Did you hear that, Shaun? There's no difference.
I don't even understand.
Yeah, I mean, there's no difference. So if they ask him to leave and he doesn't leave, which he usually doesn't leave, but he usually, at least it seems like from a third-party perspective, he follows your orders and your guidelines. But now you're saying there's no difference between their request and your request?
No, because it's a request.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a request.
But isn't a request a more or less
Optional?
optional?
It is.
It is optional. So it's optional for me to leave.
No.
Wait, you just said requests are optional for me to leave.
Optional.
Requests are optional.
Okay.
So then I can stay.
No.
Then it isn't optional.
He has no
We're
option
really
to stay.
confused. Totally confused.
Well, in context, he asked if when you request somebody, do they have to comply? And no, they wouldn't have to comply.
But let's say they didn't comply.
Then you want to know what potentially could happen.
What potentially could happen? Well, specifically with a deputy's request, right?
You could potentially face criminal charges.
Potentially.
So you can request it and we can deny it.
Yes.
But then at that point, then you could decide to be mean and charge me for attending a public meeting without breaking any rules or without causing a disruption from public property that I pay for.
There's a different distinction. I'm acting on their order, facilitator. So then once I get involved, then I ask you again. And if you don't comply,
So what if that order is unlawful? Aren't you supposed to uphold the law?
I do.
Okay, so
Are you
if that,
supposed to uphold the Constitution like my First Amendment right to participate in government, my right to redress of grievances, my 14th Amendment right to be treated the same as all the other people that are in there?
I do.
But you're treating me differently. Why? It's a public meeting. I'm not causing disruption. Why would I be forced to leave and all the other people not leave?
They were not trespassed.
But how can you trespass someone from public property without them committing an active disturbance? Because you and I agreed on the last video, the Maryland Criminal Code for trespass from public property requires there to be a disturbance and no lawful purpose. So if I have a lawful purpose of being in a meeting and I'm not causing a disturbance by sitting there trying to observe my government and redress my grievances,
I have somewhere to be at 12. Okay, and I need to get through this meeting. Can we please?
I'm
get
sorry,
it?
I'm in the middle of getting arrested.
Okay. It
For
doesn't
free
look like it,
speech.
so.
No, he's
It's just my
about to
free
tase
speech
me.
too, and it's their free speech too.
Well, there is no more free speech. They shut down public comment. You'll never get that in.
Please, I appreciate it.
No, sorry. We're going to stay here. Okay, so again, why am I being treated differently when I'm not causing a disruption inside that meeting? I was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, you guys are trying to make us leave.
Not you guys. Not these two gentlemen.
I didn't cause a disruption.
No,
Who
you were
did?
trespassed by the county.
For what purpose? How can you be trespassed from public property if you have lawful purpose and you're not engaged in an active disruption at the time you're trying to trespass me? That's a violation of the Maryland Criminal Code, isn't it? We agreed on this issue last time that you have to have a disruption and no lawful purpose to be trespassed from public property. But if you have lawful purpose and you're not causing disruption, you're free to be on public property during normal business hours, which it is. The meeting's open to the public. It's not a closed session.
You're correct.
Okay. So again, why am I being treated differently than anyone else? Because I'm not causing a disruption. I have lawful purpose. It's public property. You're violating the Maryland Criminal Code for trespass.
I'm not.
Oh, so they are, county commissioners are.
They've issued, so
For this gentleman.
They have issued the trespass order based off conduct, disruption, and that's what we act on. So when they ask you to leave, you typically comply, which makes it a lot easier.
The Maryland Criminal Code says you cannot be trespassed from public property into the future based on past disruptive activity if you have lawful purpose and are not causing a disruption at that time. Does it not say that in the Maryland Criminal Code?
I don't have it here in front of me, but
Come on, man, you got everything, including the transportation articles memorized. I can tell it by looking at you.
I don't have it in front of me.
Some people drink, you read the transportation articles at night.
But what you're saying is, based off of that information, they have trespassed you.
Illegally.
I'm not disputing any of that.
You're not disputing that it's illegal.
I'm not disputing any of those parts, but the trespass order stands, so that is why you're asking.
Did law enforcement trespass me from public property, yes or no?
I did not.
You did not trespass me from public property. So you have no valid, no trespass order from this building.
No, they have one, and then I can act on theirs.
You can act on theirs, but this isn't private property, it's public property.
Correct.
So you would have to trespass me, or they would have to trespass me just for the day. They can't trespass someone in the future from public property without conducting an actual disturbance. If I'm not in there causing a disruption, and I have lawful purpose to observe my government and redress my grievances, I can stay because it's not illegal. There's no crime occurred.
I mean, I thought under the Maryland Open Meetings Act, people had the right to attend open public, entitled, right, like such as a meeting just like this.
And it clearly states that the presiding officer can eject someone from an open meeting session, one, if that person becomes disruptive. I have never been disruptive in here, let alone sitting in there just now, which precipitated you talking to me like I'm a criminal, treating me like a criminal.
I'm not doing that.
We're out here, you got a gun and a badge, and you're talking to me like I committed a crime. So again, I'm being falsely shown as a criminal.
That's not my intention.
I know it's not. So
My
anyway,
intentions are that based off the order they gave you,
you cannot trespass someone from public property into the future.
I'm not disagreeing with you, and I'm not agreeing with you. That's a matter of...
So that we're in the right?
We're right, they're wrong, but you're enforcing their illegality.
I'm not enforcing it because nothing has happened.
You said you were going to arrest me.
Well,
or charge me.
potentially you could face charges
Why, if it's illegal?
because they trespassed you.
But it's not legal to trespass someone from public property for not causing a disruption and having a lawful purpose.
I'm not disagreeing or agreeing with that. I'm just saying to get to that point, the only way to get to that point to figure that out would obviously to be
Push
arrested.
it to a judge. Oh, look at this guy. He wants me to spend $2,000 to figure out a question to something that Andy Bright told him 2 months ago.
Right. I mean, I guess
They know it's illegal.
the only outstanding question is will an unlawful trespass be enforced?
I don't know. Why don't we ask Curtis Ray? Curtis! Come here.
I do want to bring the meeting back to order.
Okay, well, I'm going back in. I'll see you in there, buddy.
I'm going to get ready to turn this off as well.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
thank you, sir. Appreciate
again,
you.
when we go,
all that information.
Is it off or on?
It's on.
Okay, so when we go back in there, if they want me to leave again illegally from my open public meeting in violation of the 1st, the 14th, and the Open Meetings Act, you're going to ask me to leave. And at that point in time, I could be arrested or charged.
Potentially, yes.
Okay, I'll see you back in there in a few minutes. We're going to do an interview here. I'm going to come back into the meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Letter of no trespassing, will you please leave? Seeing no action, order of recess, clear the room.
That's odd.
He's got something in common with Washington County and YouTube. He's banned from both places.